Hello, welcome to boot camp. You're seeing me in my winter gear here. Forgive me, it's getting cold out. I am so glad that you are joining me in boot camp. We're gonna have a good time. I know that might sound crazy to you. It's gonna be a lot of work, so I want you to understand that you have a major job to do, and I'm gonna be your cheerleader, but I'm also gonna be your drill sergeant at times. I promise to keep the ratio 95% sunlight, 5% dominatrix. But I'd like to just give you a little pep talk to talk to you about the mindset I want you to come into this with. And I have devised this little list here, which I'll send to you, called my rules for starting. Basically, in doing boot camp for year one of the things that I have really been noticing is that some of us are coming to this work with much more difficult scripts in our heads than others. So there are some of you who will read every checklist and watch every video, and you will do the work and you will go through almost 100% of what I ask of you, and that's awesome. If you can do that, fuck yeah. But most of you are gonna struggle. Most of you are gonna have some hard times with some of the things that we're talking about, and that is okay. I'm here for you. In fact, this is specifically designed for you. I'm glad that all the overachievers are gonna get to do their thing, and yes, the more artists like that, I'm so excited for what you overachievers are gonna achieve. But money is tough, and artists are given such a horrible script to work with that a lot of us buy into, not to mention if you happen to have been born a woman. I mean, and just as a creative person, you get these messages about money that are so toxic and so counterproductive. So I just want you to ask yourself to come as you are. You are not perfect. You did not enter boot camp because you have everything together in your money side. And here's the secret. No one does. No one feels together on their money. Truly, they do not. So here's some quick little guidelines for you, just to kind of get your head in the game for really getting your money together. And mostly the attitude I wanted you to take with yourself is one of forgiveness and gentleness. Aim for improvement, not perfection. Okay, here are my rules for starting. Rule number 1, start with 10 minutes. So, okay, you don't need to throw out all your plans and dedicate an entire weekend or an entire day to doing a hard task. Sometimes the hardest part about the task is the mental block you have about starting it. So I say just start, and I realize that even that is not kind enough, because just is a diminishing word, and in fact starting itself is very hard at times. So what I counsel you to do is set a timer for 10 minutes, just 10 minutes, and force yourself to just open the email, watch the video, do the task, the unpleasant task, whether it's setting up your bookkeeping. There will be a few. And make yourself sit there with the task for 10 minutes. If you do that, that will be a victory already. A lot of times I find that that is conquering the very hardest part. If you can make yourself sit for 10 minutes, congratulate yourself, maybe reward yourself, have a delicious cup of coffee, whatever you need. But you'll often find that it's just not as bad as you thought. It's simply a bunch of tasks. You know, the loadedness is in getting started. So there's rule number 1, start with 10 minutes. Rule number 2, perfection doesn't exist. That's just the case. Nobody's money is perfect. And even if maybe it was for one little snapshot moment, which it won't ever be, I promise you, money is a moving target. You know, we're tracking money over time. This is about trends. This is about habits. And so, you know, just improvement is actually the way to get miles away from where you are right now. And I will tell you a little secret. that in my practice, the people who are my very best clients, the ones who have that drive to fix it, they were somebody else's worst client. And I tell you that because I just want you to know that you really can do it. I know a lot of you are sitting and watching this and thinking, yeah, okay, everybody else can do this. I get that. But my situation is so horrible. My hangups are so bad. My money situation is so out of control. I get that. I really do. And a lot of times people don't make the changes they need to make until they feel the pain of the place where they are. So a lot of people are coming to me because they haven't filed their taxes in 3 years and now they're terrified, or because they had an audit and now they realized, oh shit, this is actually real and this is actually serious. Those people tend to get religion. Those people tend to be like, okay, I get it. Now I'm going to do it. That's what it took. I need to feel that pain. I'm hoping for your sake, you don't need to feel pain that deep in order to get it together, but sometimes we do. That's just a fact. So know that that's true, and know that the people you see with their money that the most together, including me, are the people who did it the worst, or the people who were once looking worse than you look right now. So you can get from point A to point B. You aren't going to do it in one day. You aren't. That's why bootcamp is a year, because I want to give you an opportunity to have the time to actually make that progress that I know you can make. So perfection, just throw out the idea. Perfection is something that stands in your way. It's actually not a helpful idea at all. Just start. That's it. And aim for improvement. All right. In that vein of improvement, just do something every single month to improve your money, to improve your finances, to improve your taxes. Do one thing every month. That's what I ask of you. Now, sometimes for some of you, that one thing is going to be reading my emails. Some of you are going to have a struggle to do more than that. That's okay. I feel you. I get it. You have all this material. You can go back to it. Although I do counsel you that if you do it in real time with me, you will get more out of this. That's just a fact. But just do one thing. And you know what? If you can handle more, do more. If you can do 100%, awesome, do it. But you know what? I don't expect that of you. Here's another rule. Forgive yourself. You've made mistakes with your money in the past. So have I. So has everyone. That's very normal. The thing you need to know is that that mistake can hold you back if you let it. So take the good part of a mistake by learning the lesson. Keep the lesson, but lose the guilt. You just have to, we've all made mistakes, and you just can't let that mistake be a reason that you can't make progress. So forgive yourself. You've made mistakes, forgive yourself, take the lesson, move on. 80% is better than 0%. Like I said, perfection does not exist. I don't want you to aim for 100. I mean, you can aim for it. You're not going to get to 100. I fully understand that. But actually, if you consistently do 80%, your mind will be blown at how much progress you make. Honestly, for some of you, doing 1% is going to be as much as you can handle, and 1% is also better than 0%. So whatever it is, just see that 100 is a very difficult percentage. I virtually don't expect it from anyone. I don't even do 100%. I just want you to know, make that something, make it something. Anything is better than 0. Aim to do better each time. So if you did 1% this month, aim to do 2% next month. Just aim for improvement in the sense that each time you do the thing, you do that thing a little better than the last time you did the thing. The thing about taxes, they come every year, every single year. Quarterly taxes are 4 times a year. Bookkeeping is monthly. There are a lot of these things that really are about repetition. And so you know what? Month 1, oh my God, this is a mess. It feels insane. I can't believe how hard this is. Month 2, okay, I don't like this, but I think I can figure out the bank feed. Month 2, Okay, I have a bank feed now. Now what do I do? Month 4. I'm just illustrating to you that it is okay if you feel in January overwhelmed, chaotic, awful. Many of us do. January is the worst. But it's okay. You're going to get there. I'm just telling you that this is about repetition. And if you feel chaotic and awful on month 1, just aim for a little less chaotic and awful month 2. Honestly, that's progress. And you're going to be doing this every month for the rest of your life. You have ages to make this better. Ages and ages. If you just start forming some habits, you're going to improve like crazy. The time will pass no matter what you're doing with it. So if you're actually aiming every month to do a little bit better, you will improve. You just will. Okay. The last thing I want to leave you with on my rules for starting is a very interesting piece of information from the IRS. The IRS mandate is actually to collect the substantially correct amount of tax. Think about that for a second. The IRS's mandate is not to collect the exact dollar amount of every American's taxes. It's to collect the substantially correct amount. In other words, the IRS are not perfectionists. They're okay with the fact that maybe you calculate it this way, maybe you calculate it this way, maybe those two different ways come up with a slightly different number. Are they substantially the same? Yes. So 2 honest people can come to 2 different numbers on the same situation, and that really absolutely is okay. People so often feel, for one thing, freaked out, and they have this idea of perfection in their head with their taxes. I want to get exactly the right dollar amount, or I want you to estimate for me exactly what I owe next year. And the thing that is really funny about working in taxes is how much estimation there is, how much picking a reasonable percentage there is. I mean, you tell me the exact dollar amount that you spent in your business on your cell phone bill last year. I challenge you. I challenge 2 people to look at the same cell phone bill and the same person and come to the same number. Sometimes you're just not going to. So there are some numbers that are judgment calls and shifts, and that really is okay. And the IRS actually acknowledges that fact in its own mandate. So you perfectionists out there, I come to you as a reformed perfectionist, or reforming. It's an ongoing struggle. The IRS is not a perfectionist, and they know you're not perfect, so you can accept it too. This is a really, really hard one for me, but I'm sharing with you my own personal struggle. So those are my rules for starting. Be gentle with yourself. Just aim for improvement. Throw out the idea of perfection. Forgive yourself for your mistakes. Accept that you will even make new ones. Forgive yourself again. Rinse and repeat. That's what we're doing here. Welcome to Bootcamp. I am so honored to have you with me on this journey. If you put in the work, you are going to be amazed at what you accomplish this year. Thank you.